What's going on, champs and champettes? It's FireMonkey here, and in today's YouTube video, we're actually going to be having a little bit of a two-parter. The first part is going to be something where we showcase all the new cosmetics added in this update, which honestly isn't a lot because most of it's actually encrypted right now, and then later today we will be showcasing both the Ferrari and the brand new Apprentice Ray skin that will also have like a dark side variant and everything else to it once that does get decrypted after I go ahead and sleep and all that stuff. But with that said, we do have a few things to talk about here, as you can already tell by this screen right here, or I guess this skin on screen right here. So what is happening here? What are we looking at? Well, this is somewhat a live event thing. We have 3 NPCs that will have voice dialogue during the live event, and they're pretty important to the storyline, and that's why they have these completely new models specifically for when we're infiltrating the Death Star. So we of course have Hope right here, as you guys can see, which uses more of like the recent like Fortnite Japan themed like little design they had for Hope or whatever else, which is an interesting choice, but you know, at the same time, you know, whatever they want to do is what they want to do. It makes sense with the whole entire storyline how we've evolved. Though for this skin over here we have Jonesy, which you can see some stubble going on with his actual outfit right there, but they all have the same exact like stormtrooper bottom thing going on because of how the event actually takes place. I'm not going to spoil the specifics about the live event and how they actually work, but it is still something to kind of keep in mind. We have 3 different skins that, you know, are themed around you know, stormtroopers and everything for the infiltration of the live event. But this one right here we actually saw in the key art that was posted earlier for this whole entire collaboration. Now, as you guys can see right here, we have Fishstick. He's got a giant loop around him and just tons of stuff kind of going on there. You know, nothing too crazy, but of course, you know, it's one of the skins. These 3 skins won't be sold in the item shop. You won't be able to actually purchase them or get them normally. They're only NPCs that you'll see during the voice acted live event. We also have found a new confirmation that during the live event, UEFN aka creative maps will still be enabled and you will be able to play those, even though Battle Royale, Zero Build, all that type of stuff will be disabled around the same time, which is an odd choice, but you know what, they're trying to be this whole metaverse island thing, so I guess it somewhat makes sense. For the pickaxes, we have the free Quicksilver Baton Spear pickaxe that you will be getting added to your account later down the line, I think in like a few days or whatever. But if we go over here and we go ahead and swing it, you can see the swing animation right there. You can just like, you know, it's nothing too crazy, but it is still a free thing. But I mean, hey, free is free at the end of the day, so you know, I'm not going to complain too much about it. No new gliders or kicks or contrails or auras or anything like that. If we go down here, we have a few new emotes to talk about, but first, I want to show you, of course, a close-up of the Death Star sabotage loading screen that you'll be able to get for free. This has a description of the battle for the fate of the galaxy begins, and if we go ahead and view it in full screen, you can see it right there. You can see the whole entire design and that fish stick skin we saw earlier. However, it has the hat on it, and it doesn't really have like the giant loop around it, so it's interesting to see like an earlier version of this skin being actually put right here instead of the one that's actually going to be an NPC. And then of course we also have that free emoticon you'll be able to get in the actual like locker or whatever else when you end up doing the whole entire like Twitch drop quest line. Now for some reason it didn't actually show up in game for me, so I can't show that to you guys. But of course, we still have a lot of other emotes and stuff to show you. So firstly, we have the Confederacy of Independent Systems right here. That is one of those free sprays. We have the First Order spray. We have ourselves the Galactic Empire spray. We have ourselves the Jedi Order spray, and of course we have the Rebel Alliance spray. And then for emotes, we have a placeholder guitar emote that is currently unfinished, but is set to release in the future. And of course, you know, while he's strumming the air here, he will strum an actual instrument, based on whichever one you actually have equipped when this emote does release, if it does. They've been adding a lot of like unfinished emotes or instruments recently, and then just never releasing them. After that, we also have another jamming chill emote, but this time for microphones. And you guys can kind of see the whole entire animation there, you know, nothing too crazy going on with it, but still, you know, you get a nice little design going on, you know, a nice emote if it does actually end up releasing. After that, we have ourselves the Follow the Piper traversal emote right here with the description of llamas love this song. And as you guys can see, oh, if we could actually get it to stay there, there you go. You can see we've got the 3 llamas kind of like jumping around behind him. It seems like this would be something you would expect to see during like St. Patrick's Day. I don't know, it just kind of gives me that vibe with all the leaves and the greenery and stuff going on with it. But still, you know, a traversal emote that will be sold in the shop. We have ourselves the goal emote right here, which is traversal and actually does have a goal sound that plays when you start start the emote while you're running forwards and everything else. You eventually do that right there to actually hype up the crowd, get more confetti going down, but it's not going to be something that re-loops the goal starting part. That part only happens when you do the emote for the first time. Then we have these storms coming traversal emote right here, same thing on the front and back design, but they're not really attached with any straps or anything. But of course, you know, it's a way to be like, beware, the storm is approaching. Maybe that's your way of escaping from the storm. You know, if you think it's too close or whatever, you can just kind of ding 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 as you slowly go towards the zone. And then we also have the Bedcam Icon Series emote for Sabrina Carpenter. Now of course this one is muted due to it being copyrighted, but it is still one of the emotes that got added this update. And now you might be wondering, okay, so we didn't really get too much in skins, we got some new emotes here and there. What was going on for this update to have so little? And to kind of explain that, it's because basically everything that is important for this update is currently encrypted. And of course, most of the encrypted things we already know about, but also we have the live event that's encrypted as well, and that was what the main focus of this update was the whole entire live event. There will be a countdown in the lobby that actually activates when the actual servers go back up in a few hours. And with that said, I hope you champs and champions enjoyed today's short little news recap about all the new cosmetics that got added. Of course, we have stuff like the Star Destroyer that is enabled in game now and everything once the servers do go live, so there are still some things to enjoy. But yeah, in terms of actual item shop stuff, it's either encrypted collabs that they'll be releasing slowly throughout the next week, or stuff that is, you know, just kind of for the event. So until next time, like the video if you liked it, dislike if you didn't like it, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow, or I guess a little bit later today, with another upload, which will probably be a little bit later than when it gets decrypted, because I'm going to get some sleep. So until then, peace out.